It's been 9 years of StarCraft 2, and then some. 21 years of Brood War. Games have come and gone. Fans and players as well. Well, not really though. I think unlike almost any other game in any other esport, that StarCraft, just by its nature, and well, it's a testament to the genre, the game itself, and the community. We're still here. We're still going. Despite what your edgy friends in Twitch chat, who will quit Fortnite every other update, say about its livelihood, or are convinced that since more people have to go to the oncologist because of so much League of Legends, that the value of a game is based on how many people are spamming yeet in the chat, and how many Twitch viewers. But, literally, and I've had this confirmed by YouTube, a StarCraft 2 viewer is worth upwards of up to 4 times as much as your average YouTube gaming viewer, just in terms of ad revenue. That's not, like, just the demographic of my 25 to 42-year-old web developers from California and all of that is much more valuable than 12/70-plus-year-olds on their mom's Gmail account. So, but besides that, I think the obsession with size is not only toxic but misleading. Because at the end of the day, unless we're playing in the Platinum League, quality is greater than quantity. Alright, we'll get Dricket in there. And we have plenty of quality. We also have quantity. There's that. There's a whole lot of tournaments in StarCraft 2. We're just adding to them. What I try to do is have something you haven't seen before. Not another bracket, not something tied to WCS. You don't see many round-robin tournaments. We have show matches with special challenges and all of that. Of course, we're casting replays, but I like to bring something different, and I want to thank you guys for helping to make that happen. And with that, the final match of the Daemon Amazing Mega Cup. 2 players who you should know and who you do love. Scarlett and SpeCial. The final match. It all ends here. The countdown has begun and ended. And now the game. Thank you. Good luck. And have fun. Welcome back to the Daemon Amazing Mega Cup. The best damn cup in StarCraft 2. 4 players entered. Only 2 remain. Mostly because the other players have already finished their matches, but the final match. We saved what could be the best for last. Partially because of time constraints, but also because of how dramatic. Scarlett versus SpeCial in the bottom right. The Mexican Terran. Spam your Doritos to support Juanito. And in the top left, the Canadian Zerg. The Queen of Blades. How many drones will she make? Will it be too many or just enough? It's Scarlett from Team Newbie. SpeCial walling off the low ground. An interesting choice. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it on this map. I guess He's that confident. Scarlett only showing a non-hatch first in the final game against Puck. SpeCial is used, I think, about an even mix of bio and mech. Gumiho using something similar. Gumiho went 3-0 against Scarlett. Now, if you're watching these matches out of order on YouTube, 1, smash the like button and ring the bell. 2, that's your fault. Gumiho smashing Scarlett 3-0 with mech. It looked close a few times, but Scarlett really struggled with... Oh my god, calm down. Jesus, I see you. With the decision-making. It really seemed like she couldn't decide whether or not, do I want to fight the army heads up, or do I go for a better unit composition? And I think in the long run, almost always, a better unit composition is more reliable. Base trading, it really does depend on how ready a player is at home. Like, do they have tanks sieged up? Do they have turrets? Stuff like that. So, how is this Reaper getting so much damage done? I don't actually know. That Reaper making mincemeat out of a drone. Now there are 2 Reapers. Okay, what is this? SpeCial just whipping out another Reaper. He just built 2 Reapers. Okay. I was wondering, like, did Scarlett take a quick third because of Slow Queen? There's a Roach Warren. And it looks like this is gonna be some flavor of all in. But 2 Reapers actually create an interesting scenario. Oh, no, no, no. Roaches are in production. We're getting to the point where Zergling speed should be finishing up. The lack of third and not having Zergling speed is going to be pretty suspicious. I think Scarlett is doing everything she can to make it look like this isn't exactly what she's doing. Oh, no, no. The roaches are spotted. The third base will be taken, so Scarlett isn't letting SpeCial get away with this wall on the low ground. That's the summary. She says, well, if you're going to put all your buildings there, I'm going to kill him. But will she make good on that promise? Grenades for now. The Hellions doing a pretty good job. Gets the bunker. Well, delays the bunker, rather. There's no Marines to put in the bunker. Oh, wait, a Reaper. The Reaper made it in the bunker. You can put Reapers in a bunker. Fun fact. This is, the fact that SpeCial is deciding this is the hill he wants to die on is a little confusing as well. But a Banshee is about to finish. When the Banshee finishes, then obviously there's nothing that reliably shoots up. Corrosive Bow, sure, but I wouldn't count on that. So, a bit of a disjointed, haphazard attack there. It did damage, but the bunker got up, and with the bunker getting up, SpeCial's going to hold strongly. SpeCial's adding on a 3rd command center in his main. The Banshee, maybe chuck a couple biles up. Cloak is on the way, but it's still pretty far out. So where does that leave us? It's going to be bio out of SpeCial. A little surprising to see him continuing towards the Banshee with Cloak and going bio underneath. And a 3rd command center, but he does. So, the situation is he has total map control. There's nothing going to contest these Banshees. If you go for the Roach Ravager that early on, you either, 1, have to be going straight to Lair and going for tech, or if you go for economy, you don't have the money to really do anything else to attack. Like, you're not going to have a Nidus follow-up. You're not going to have a quick Spire. The Banshees do give him essentially autonomy on his side of the map for another minute or 2 at least. Couple Evo chambers. Scarlett been putting them in this spot towards the 3rd base in several games thus far. Wonder what that's about. 7 drones die in a single valley. Oh my god. Deja vu. $12 drones. The Hellions are down, but 12 drones. And this is not mech. This is bio. Despite the double Banshee, despite the Hellions. That's not going to be enough. You do not want roaches, especially even supply of roaches. Scarlett is redroning, for better or worse. But up against Marine tank with relatively even armies or economy. In fact, SpeCial has an upgrade advantage. SpeCial is going to have 1-1 about 20-30 seconds quicker. God, the Banshee micro is incredible. He is really on point with those extraneous units. What? Really? Are you kidding me? A Reaper kills a drone that was going for the 4th. SpeCial is on point right now. 7 drones now died in the last minute. On top of everything else. What? Misclick on the creep tumor. The Banshee gonna go to work here. The Queens have to scramble back across. There is creep, but... Has Scarlett... She's seen the entirety of the base. She knows this is bio. Oh my god. Oh, get it? A minor victory. What a victory. There's gonna be Roach Ravager. The army's coming across. The creep spread isn't bad for the situation. The attack is coming across. Here comes the bio, though. There need to be more units than this. 1-1 is done for both sides. What the hell? That is, that's so many Ravagers. 15 Ravagers. We're looking at another Ravager Baneling army out of Scarlett, which is very reliant on taking good fights. You can't really let your opponent sit back and counter it. The bio easily picks up and gets out. All right, finally, the Reaper dies. SpeCial continues with the reinforcements. Scarlett is rushing up to Hive. That's going to have to be for Ultras. Ultras, the stopgap, potentially. Speed isn't even done for the Zerglings, all right? Like, oh no, there's a drop to the right. Tearing her apart. Oh no, the Ravagers are coming in to reinforce. The Queen should be able to be gunned down. One survives. The drops are coming out, but SpeCial is compounding his lead. If there's a slip-up on against Corrosive Bile, that's where Scarlett can maybe get back into it. But as it stands, SpeCial just keeps getting more and more. 4 tanks, a whole bunch of units. Scarlett knows where he's going. Vipers and an Ultralisk Cavern, Adrenal Glands. I don't, like, once the tanks get here, good luck and good night. You cannot... Well, Scarlett said we'll cross that bridge when he comes to it. The thing is, the bridge is closed. Are we... Or is it? The Corrosive Biles one at a time? I mean, it's worth trading Ravagers for a tank. Ultralisk Cavern is finishing. Scarlett doesn't have another base. There's nowhere to retreat to. The fact that the tanks were whittled down is helpful, but... Is there going to be another expand? There has to be. I don't see this base holding. The Viper is consuming the hatchery that is currently being attacked. Yanks a tank! That's one way to do it, coming across the bridge! The tanks, only one at the back. The other side, filled with Marines. Is there a blinding cloud? There's one blinding cloud. It's so important to use it. A great blinding cloud. Ultras Cavern, Chitinous Plating. Ultra's on the way, but this really pushing the point home. Scarlett using every one of those minerals. Stimming forward underneath. Gets a singular medevac. The medevacs are almost all out of energy. There's a single tank. The Ravager count is thinning out. Shoots at the tank. Knocks it away. Mainling's finishing. Doing whatever they can. The base, another blinding cloud helps, but it doesn't help enough. It's 2-2 versus 1-1. The Ravagers are on top of everything. The Stim Marines and Marauders, there's no energy on the medevacs, but there's no units for Scarlett. You gotta be careful consuming those hatcheries. The parade continues to march across. Scarlett can't put quite enough on the field. The tank is saved by the medevac. The extra little drops of energy. And Ultralisk shows up to the party. It is a paperless for now. Chitinous Plating is not done, but it drives the army back for now. Scarlett is holding the base. But at what cost? There's one more Blinding Cloud. There's one more Blinding Cloud. Chitinous Plating is done. The Ultra. It's not enough. The continued parade of Marines and Marauders across the map is too much. Once again, Scarlett taking some big hits early, not able to get into the mid-game cleanly. A surprisingly tenacious defense at that last base. I honestly thought the Ravagers would get pushed through quicker. But overall, it didn't end up having it. A few more games, maybe. Up to minimum, 4 maximum. I know how best of 5s work. There could be up to 5 games, as few as 3. If you want more math lessons, subscribe to Twitch Prime, because 1 Twitch Prime sub plus my channel equals your dreams coming true. Oh. I wonder where he's going. Scarlett has dealt with this against Gumiho. She dealt with the 2 racks very well, but still ended up losing the game because Gumiho had a great follow-up. The 2 racks was shut down, but the follow-up with the Reapers into Battlecruiser just threw her so off guard. And it wasn't pre-scouted. It was just scouted as soon as the first bunker showed up. And this is a 2 racks play, which means it isn't committed to just a full-on bunker push. If Scarlett can have a stellar defense, it really does depend on the follow-up, yes, but if she shows off that drone micro, and I know it sounds a little weird, but the drone micro from earlier, then that's how you get ahead. That's the summary. I'm scrounging for words here, but I think you can lose up to 3 or 4 drones and still be okay, depending on whether the bunker finishes, whether you've scouted on the other side. Scout has to be like, oh my god, this again. Like a second SCV. It looks like she's going to go for Ravagers to deal with it. Just the first bunker is not within range of the hatchery. Important to note. It's going to be a leapfrogging situation. The Marines have begun. Will Scarlett try to break it? The double gas was scouted by SpeCial, which means he knows it's more than likely going to be Ravagers. Back home, a factory completes the wall. Is there any saving this? I don't think there's any saving this base. There's some larvae. The fact that she's still mining fully off the gas, it looks like she's going to give it a shot. Oh, it's just a little too late here. The Marine count is too damn high. I don't think that base is going to get saved. But Now the question is, how efficiently can you break out? Unfortunately, that was one of Scarlett's next, next overlords. Behind this, I imagine a starport as soon as possible. So, do 2 SCVs out-repair 3 Ravagers with Corrosive Bow? Yes. Fun fact. We all learned today. Oh. One. Okay. All right. Both SCVs die. It's all... Okay. All right. And then, but don't wait. There's another bunker. That one, he's out of here. All right. That's a whole lot of Roach Ravager. Are we going to see a lair follow-up? A starport is done. Really wants as much time on that tech lab as possible. A Banshee begins. Cloak as well. So SpeCial, unlike Gumiho, opting for as much tech as soon as possible. But Scarlett is going for a counterattack. The Overlord going to move into position. Oh, good luck, Marines. He's trying to buy time for the Banshee here. As long as possible. If SpeCial can either kill the Scarlett can kill the starport, or at least the tech lab. Going straight for the supply depot. Down it goes. Going for the tech lab. Definitely will get the tech lab. Going for the starport next, it looks like. Or actually just going for the kills. The Banshee's going to pop out. Not going to risk it. There's nothing but the Banshee, which means it's just going to be the boys left to fend for themselves with a little bit of Banshee tickling. A lot of damage is going to be done. Corrosive bile all over the board. SpeCial losing a whole bunch of SCVs, but these units are being thinned out pretty quick. There are 2 command centers here, I might add. Another corrosive bile, that one. Not going to do as much as Scarlett might have hoped for. So now the question is, where does this leave us? 32 drones to 18 SCVs, 1 base to 2, but also 3. 3 command center because that Banshee gives total control of the situation. A fusion core is on the way. So, this is by no means SpeCial out of the game at all. 3, never, ever. Don't even think about counting out a 3 CC Terran. Okay, don't you even think about it. Because 3 command center Terrans have come back from 0 SCVs. So, we will have to see. Mules are a hell of a thing. The Banshees... Well, Cloak isn't done, remember. Cloak was... Oh, that's big, actually. The lack of Cloak means there's a lot of time here. There will be a battlecruiser. But, nothing that needs to directly deal with the Cloak Banshee. There's already some spores in the mix. Scarlett is droning up. The battlecruiser is halfway done. She's going to send in an overseer. Or... yeah. No investment. Reinvestment in Cloak. The happy ship is nearly complete. We've seen a match between these two before. Scarlett, not a huge fan of battlecruisers. Not many Zergs are. There's only one Finnish guy that I've ever seen really deal with it cleanly. The Banshee driven away, but that's going to drag the Queens out of position. Which means it's time. What did you expect? He queues up on the drones. They're on the run. The worker counts are starting to draw closer and closer here. Only 2 Queens for now. The rest will come up. If you jump in, you can't jump out. Remember, the Banshee finds an opportunity. Oh, there's no spore here. Oh, no. The Queens are trying, but they're dying. Oh, wait, another Queen pops out. That's a big one. That might be enough to kill the BC. Killing the BC would be massive. Looking for that other Queen, gets the battlecruiser, but loses 11 drones to the Banshee. Oh, no. Oh, my God, that one badly bruised Queen. She should not be leading this raiding party. But losing the battlecruiser is a pretty big deal. Oh god, Hellions. Oh no. Oh, this is how things come apart. Scarlett is at 68 drones. Why? I don't know. I can't answer that question. 1-1's about to be done, but here come the Hellions. The battlecruiser, another battlecruiser. And what? Where did it go? It's in the third. The queens need to find something. Oh, the drone. They're gonna spot the spire. Fighting the drones. So many drones will die. The battlecruiser driven away already. That one queen. The queen's still trying, like... Oh my god, so many drones. Already 22 drones die in this game. Yeah, on the bright side, as is always the case with Scarlett, it's not that she loses so many drones because she was completely careless. It's because she built so many in the first place and didn't have defense. So back up to 69 drones. Nice. The Banshee is still intact. SpeCial has had plenty of time to build up. He's going for a more classical mech. There is no... Wait, are there even clones? One clone, but he's going for tank mech. Interesting. Oh no. The cancel was there. Get up! Oh no. Is Scarlett gonna go for it? I don't know. I don't think she realizes that this is not Hell Clones. It's not Battle Mech. It is Big D Mech. Lots of tanks, lots of Hellbats, battle cruisers. Here comes the swarm. Down goes the Banshee. How many battle cruisers? 2 battle cruisers against 4 corruptors. Are those queens in there? Oh my god, the queen support. Brenda in flight. The Hellions are coming by. No, save the drones. Oh god. Jesus. But turrets and, well, supply depots are really the defense here. The Hellions finding even more damage, but here come the queens. The queens will drop out, eating a whole lot of tank shots and adding a lot of their own damage. Dropping corrosive biles. The queens transfusing one another. There's so much Zerg across the board, but the supply depot's doing an incredible job here. The Ravagers refuse to die. Another tank knocked down. The queens holding the line. The queens, the real MVPs. The queens still intact. Corrosive bile taking down the turrets. In comes Scarlett. 149 to 91 supply. 3 battle cruisers are all that are left over. The orbital commands can be knocked over. Drives it. Oh, the corrosive biles hit the battle cruiser. Still taking shots at it. The orbital's up, the orbital's down. You can't explain that. Yamato cannon hits another queen, but they continue to march through. There are some tanks at the back, breaking through the forward wall. Scarlett's on 4 bases. SpeCial still has a lot of SCVs. The tanks will siege up. They don't have 1-1 done yet. The queen's continuing to lead the charge. More corrosive biles across the board, going straight for the tanks. The queen's drawing the fire of the battle cruisers. On the SCVs, a lot of splash damage there. The battlecruiser's now uncontested, essentially, but still doing a whole lot of damage. Deja vu, but with way more units. Once again, Scarlett is in the mineral line of SpeCial. And SpeCial desperately trying to use air units to drive her out. The battlecruisers jump across, but how many corruptors? The corruptors are here. Are there enough of them? Moving that spore was maybe a little preemptive. They jumped in. That means they can't jump out. Very important to note. Yamato cannons blasting apart the corruptors. Looking for more. GG. Scarlett takes game number 2. Bashes through the front. The queens in tow. The damage was done. All tied up. I don't know. I don't know why SpeCial decided to go with... I mean, I guess he felt like he would die without tanks. But the choice on the queen drop was game-winning. If you don't drop the queens there, the battlecruisers... Well, the splash damage all hits the Ravagers. The battlecruisers clean it up. Without the queens, there's no attack. Scarlett finds the timing. This time not struggling to the late game. getting a solid mid-game knockout. One to one. Away we go. Jimmy. Thank you. Scout on the right, special on the left. You can figure that out. We're on Disco Bloodbath. Let the games begin. No proxy this time. Scarlett has dealt with proxies. Well, both proxies she's dealt with have been well handled. And the counterattack was very good. I was a little bit concerned, but it ended up working out. I wonder if this will encourage Scarlett to... Oh, I thought she was going to take a second gas for a second. Which would make no sense. Looks like a 1 Rex expand from SpeCial. Scarlett playing... I mean, gotta give her some credit. Playing 3 series back to back to back. And not short games either. Long, stressful, dramatic games. Like on this map against Puck, I think that was almost 30 minutes. So... Will SpeCial pull out? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm still... I guess it was a little bit too much damage to recover from. Was the thing. It was close. I think if SpeCial had lost 5 or 6 less SCVs, he would have actually been ahead. But there's a thin line there. Just because he killed a lot of SCVs, other races understand this. Just because you kill a lot of SCVs doesn't mean you've actually really hurt their economy. Not in a super dramatic way. It really depends on the situation. That goes for any race, of course, but when you factor in mules, do they have 3 CCs? Do they have enough to continue their production and also add on more? Things like that. Like, for Zerg to go down to 25 workers is a terrible economy. For Terran, it's much more situational. Grenade. Just gonna poke away at the queen. Third base for Scarlett. We're sticking with the playbook here on both sides. We're not pucking it up right now. SpeCial finishing up his starport. Will he slap a tech lab? No. Where's the armory then? I'm gonna say here. Make me look smart, SpeCial. It's not Hellbats. I'm dumb. Wait, it's not Hellbats. It's Widow Mines. Okay. All right. I need to... Yes. Now, to my credit, I have been casting straight this whole time, so I keep zoning out. Focus up! There's Maximum of 3 more games. Let's go. The energy is here. But just not on the queens or directly in front of you. I keep zoning out. It's like, okay, looks like they have some stuff. Let's keep that up. Widowmine drop coming into the main. Great pullback from Scarlett to start. Single Widowmine hit that queen, taking a lot of hits for now. Gonna try to draw out the second Widowmine. Looks like the Lings might be able to handle it, but a shot gets off, knocks a few out. Hellions making their way into the third. The queen's forming a body block, but that's still a lot of Hellions here. And drones will fall unless SpeCial gets cold feet. So he didn't want to commit to losing all his Hellions for those drones. Or at least most of those drones. Nair is finishing up. It's going to be Bio out of SpeCial. Sticking with the Marines and the tanks. Drops! Oh, I love the elevator play. Scarlett probably not expecting that. Losing a couple drones, but the Hellions go down and almost loses the medevac as well. So Scarlett strong defense, but wait, there's more. A Liberator going to siege up on the edge of the third. Scarlett at 53 workers. Got to pull back one. Every second counts. Every second is literally another dead drone. No. Oh. So I looked at before the Liberator, it said 53. I looked after the Liberator, it said 53. I feel like a crazy person. No, we're just watching Scarlett. The drone count continues to go up, despite the drone count continuing to go down. A Spire on the way. 1-1 has begun for Juanito. Scarlett a little bit later. Doesn't quite have the gas. Been forced to move those drones around a bunch. Upgrade advantage is, especially for Marine versus Ling Bane, is a big deal. The amount those Banelings do to stem Marines, the amount that they're able to stand and fight or target fire, especially once the Banelings are cleared out and they're just fighting against things like Zerglings or, very importantly, Mutas. Upgrades are a huge factor in this matchup. Also, if we do actually, it looks like we're going to see Mutaling Baneling. So, I'm tentatively excited because Mutaling is super risky, is maybe a little strong, but Mutas require a whole lot of babysitting, and then they can grow up to be a big, beautiful flock. But they take a lot of work to get there. So here comes SpeCial with the first push. 1-1 isn't quite done yet. Baneling speed isn't either, though. A fourth base under attack. The Liberator going to make its way in towards the natural. Instead, doubles back. Oh, Baneling speed about to finish. The base being targeted. SpeCial's going to have to pick up. He goes straight towards the main. Are there any units there? Scarlett going to have to split. The spawning pool is explosed. Nope. 1-1 finishing up. Gotta find an angle for the Banelings to connect, or at least the Zerglings to get us around 8 Mutalisks in production. But Scarlett brought almost all of the ground unit. All of the ground unit. You gotta split like half on one side. I'm getting a little dizzy going back and forth here. Imagine how Scarlett's Lings feel. They feel dizzy too. They needed a breather.
Paused.
I can't talk to them. Somebody picked up the phone next to Scarlett. Maybe she's ordering a pizza to celebrate. She's like, well, I got this in the bag. I have 68 drones, building 11 more. Life's good.
Game resumed.
The Mutas are coming out. Suddenly, the Lisks and Lings are on the chase. The army isn't here. Got to target down the medevacs. Well, we'll get all the reinforcements. I don't think there will be a successful attack here. That is a changeling. The creep spread has been driven back. It's really, no matter how many hundreds of actions per minute you have, and both these players have plenty, it's really hard to keep up on. Muta micro, creep spread, injects, it's super mechanically intensive. Usually something slips, and that's why you don't see the unit composition as much. The Baneling's looking for an opportunity, but without creep, can't close the distance. Scarlett has not begun her 2-2. That's a very important to keep up on that as well as you can. More Banelings on the way. Gonna go for the full surround. Banelings coming in from multiple angles. The tank's gonna find some good targeting, but not great. Are there enough underneath? Another round of Zerglings coming up, but so are the reinforcing Marines. At some point, Scarlett's gonna have to back off with those mutas. The Queen's caught up free. There's no more Banelings. This base might be gone. SpeCial standing tall. In fact, just gonna lose the drones. Oh, mutas. Oh, the pickup's there. But the Marines are staggered now. The base is still intact, losing a few drones, but maybe winning the war. More mutas coming up. Reinforcements. The tanks firing on the Queens. The Queens will survive and get transfused. More Lings and Banes. The medevacs are exposed. Scarlett drives SpeCial back across the map. They got a disco dance their way off the floor. The dancing of death as the mutas are on the chase. Oh, Widowmines spotted. Scarlett will be forced to pull back for now, but holds on to the base, establishes a 5th. Still 73 drones. The only thing is, no 2-2 upgrades. We'll start now, but pretty late. The mutas might find an opportunity. A whole bunch of SCVs here. No turrets. The Marines are out of position, and there aren't that many of them, to be honest. 29. That's a lot of SCVs here. Here come the Marines. Thor is here. Infestation Pit has already begun for Scarlett, though. She's begun the transition into Hive Tech. Mech plating is the choice for SpeCial, realizing he needs his mech units to stay alive against those medevacs. Oh, no. He needs his medevacs to stay alive against the Mutalisks. Oof. Muta's still being built, though. It's going to be a planetary at the 4th, looking like a Heart of the Swarm match right now. AKA good. Did anyone else like when siege tanks could fly, or they took research to siege up? Pick one. The Thor doing a lot of damage to the mutas, but is exposed. Is Drilling Claws done? Drilling Claws is done, but the Widowmines are cleaned up. The Thor being targeted, not going to be picked up in time. Another Thor is here. Widowmines finding connections. Does Scarlett have enough to punch through? The one Thor is the last defense. Maybe a Widowmine behind it. Banelings being hit. But Scarlett grinding out a supply lead. SpeCial's got +3/+2 on the way, but Scarlett is closing in on her 2-2 as well. Widowmine's finding connections. Scarlett needs to get that Hive Tech up to potentially close this out. There might be another round of attacks. You got to be careful, though. You step a little too far and the mutas go down, and that's a whole lot of resources. So far, losing 14 mutas, but gaining a whole lot of ground. 82 drones, 5 bases, Hive on the way, 2-2 finishing. Still a solid flock. Scarlett is feeling good, and this is the Zergiest Zerg you can have. Mutas, Lings, and Banes. That is the technical term, by the way. The Zerginess is rated on a scale of brick roaches to swarm. Drilling. Whoa! 9 kills. The mutas are repositioning back. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. 18 more drones to replace the 9 that were lost. That seems proportional. Ultralisk Cavern is the end. Well, the late game, not so much end game. SpeCial is going to be mining out of his main. If he can get close to a max or at a max, then he's got a very real shot, because mutas are not great for a straight-up fight. In comes another Widow meme. Drilling Claws. Easily cleans it up, but Scarlett pulls back the mutas. Oh, another one. Did the shotgun? No. Any mech weapons upgrades? No, so Thors are good, but not incredible. Double Nidus, by the way. And we're still in a scenario where that could be useful. A whole lot of Lings and Banes. Adrenal Gland's about to finish. A massive damage upgrade for the Zerglings that actually close the distance. 3-3 as well. Scarlett feeling solid. Oh. There's death on the dance floor. Gotta watch out for those. Mutas flying in towards a new base for SpeCial. I believe he built it. It isn't any of the ones he floated over, obviously. Oh no. That could have gone better. The Mutas were looking for an opportunity, but SpeCial boxed out. SpeCial is maxed. Scarlett is not. But that can easily change. There we go. 2 more Ultras. Gonna try to hold on to this base. How many Banelings? 26 and counting. High-sec auto-trekking being added on. A fusion core. 2 more starports. No Ghost Academy yet. There's a Nidus. And there's a Nidus. This is gonna change everything. The production could be gutted. SpeCial is in no man's land. He's out on the map. How much will Scarlett send through the Nidus? 2 Nidus is gonna be... Will that be enough? Gonna pound down the other one. The Lings are out. The Swarm is unleashed. 2 more Niduses into the main. SpeCial looking to push through with an attack. The Widow Mines aren't burrowed. The army is stacked up. The Banelings doing their best. That's a whole lot of Marauders. The Banelings chunk through them, but not enough to actually let the Ultras do the damage. The Niduses are in the main, but there's not enough back at home to defend. SpeCial is on the warpath. Looks like a drop was cleaned up on the left side. He's stimming through his last army, it looks like it's gonna be, because reinforcements being cut off at the natural. His base is immediately taken out. The medevacs overtaxed and underpaid. 20 drones go down with it. Another base being targeted. Are there any Widow Mines? There's no splash damage here for either side. Well, I guess Ultras kind of count. The drop into the main, going deeper into the base. I don't know if that's the... Well, SpeCial says, I need to buy as much time as possible to stabilize back at home. The Ultras trying to chop through. There's still enough damage from this Terran army to hold on. 3-3 is done for Scarlett. Another pickup. The Thor, too heavy. Some Zerglings finding opportunities. SpeCial, how is the supply what it is? What has gone? What has happened? SpeCial has somehow made this incredibly cost-effective. He's still got 60 workers. Excuse me. I mean, this drop should be mostly cleaned up, but Scarlett loses so much back at home. Mostly Banelings. A lot of Zerglings chewed through. The Mutas are nearly gone. This base is 100% dead in the water. Getting some Corruptors now with Scarlett, but down 20 supply. Oh no, those Widow Mines. Widow Mines are things that can definitely start stacking up. SpeCial, a little sloppy, losing SCVs at that. Oh, those Widow Mines. Oh, and the awkward pathing as well. A massive Terran army. Scarlett trying to turn. If you don't have Banelings, then that army is just the damage. The damage. Sometimes in the later game, Nidus is a double-edged sword, for sure. So much was committed to the Nidus, both in basic resources and army supply, that Scarlett found herself with insufficient units back home. The Nidus is cleaned up. SpeCial leaving some squads out there like this is a campaign mission. And this essentially is a campaign mission. You all played that one, and the Wings of Liberty. But this time, SpeCial ain't all in. And he also doesn't have a Xel'Naga artifact. He has Marine Splits. Even better. 185 to 185. Scarlett with way more drones, but SpeCial with a bigger army. The Corruptors coming in, yanking some of the Liberators away. Off creep here. Good split spot SpeCial. Banelings looking for connections, just won't find them. The Corruptors trying to clear everything out of the air. They will, including the medevacs. Very important. That means this army going to struggle to deal with ground reinforcements. Another base is exposed. 3 more Ultralisks. Scarlett going to be losing all these drones. This base is gone. The Corruptor's looking for an opportunity. SpeCial still has an economy, despite losing a lot of those SCVs. Beautiful fungal! And suddenly, just like that, everything's turned on its head. That was a tenuous position for SpeCial. He held on a little too long, and 1 fungal wipes out that whole army, but there's more where that came from. A single Ultra trying to hold its ground. There's a creepless zone here. Desperately remaking medevacs. A single Overlord dropping creep to the north. There's only 1 or 2 Overseers in the... And there's also a Widow Mine in the corner. Both sides finding creative ways. How many Banelings on the field? 0. That's not very many. 4 Broodlords. Broodlords, a risky proposition, but also incredibly important, especially against this army that has mines involved, just straight up bio. can't afford to build Vikings or Liberators. The Medivacs being wiped out is a huge deal. Scarlett needs to buy a few more seconds. Those Broodlords are nearly complete, and at that point, the Widow Mines are turned on their head. The Broodlords are spotted. Not enough of them to win the fight on their own. Oh my god. So important to deal with these mines. SpeCial immediately realizing... Oh, no. Okay. That he needs time. Sending out drops. I wouldn't be surprised if he sends something almost every direction. Scarlett has essentially a death ball. Another Overlord. Stopping. Oh, gotta be careful here. Don't get disjointed. Gotta stick with your partners on the dance floor. Or it'll be a disco bloodbath. Double drop heading in. There's not that much here. Corruptors, Spine Crawler. Not quite enough to deal with a double drop. The Niduses have kind of stopped here. Scarlett realizing that killing production isn't going to solve the problem of killing the army. How many Vikings? So far. And there the Widow Mines turned against. Only 2 Vikings aren't going to cut it. These Broodlings, very antsy. The ground army, dangerous. Could maybe take down the rocks here. It's unclear whether that's the move. Some more. Oh, the Widow Mines, though. But the Fungals, the splash damage is there. Is this enough for Scarlett? Coming up the ramp. But the Corruptors are boxing out the Vikings. The Ultras rampaging through underneath. Zerglings stream in. And Scarlett takes the game. Finally building the Broods. Wiping out the air, forcing more Medivacs, and then, when only Medivacs are there to contest it, bringing in the Broodlords. A lot of Lings and Banes and Lisks died for that victory. But not in vain. Now we're going to Thunderbird. Match point. Thunderbird, well known as a long-winded map. Apparently Disco, like, that's 2 later games on Disco Bloodbath. I think it's the fact that both sides of the map are so far apart. It becomes hard to commit to outright killing your opponent. Thunderbird is kind of similar, but it's more about how there are choke points that are hard to come through. You can hear the countdown, right? Hopefully you're enjoying, and hopefully, well, thank Daemon for inspiring and sponsoring this, and thank you to Drickit for putting everything together, making sure people are there to play, and thank you to you guys for watching. Thank you for tuning in to the Daemon Amazing Mega Cup. We're closing in. In the top left is Scarlett up 2-1. SpeCial looking good, but not good enough. There were moments where it looked like he might break through. His Marine... What are you doing?
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Surprise, motherfucker.
It is a proxy hatchery. Now, this isn't necessarily like, aha, you're gonna die. No, no, no. Like, this is a real strat. Special. Scouting straight out. Scarlett has done, like, this is not out of the, this is not never happened, is the summary. Scarlett has done this before. She's done some flavors of this. There are players who will proxy etch and players who never have. Scarlett is definitely in the has column. An appropriately named one. Though, I don't think there's a standard proxy hatch build. It is... I think part of it is, I don't want to play a late game on Thunderbird. Nobody wants to do that. Let's see what happens. Oh my god. SpeCial's so greedy with his scouts. He's like, I'm gonna block your third. Little does he know, her third would be... Actually, technically her third, but... Oh my god. Let's watch the SpeCial action cam. Oh, it will be. Uh-huh. 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 Uh-oh.
SCV ready. I got a bad feeling about this.
The timings of everything should be a little bit of a giveaway.
SCV ready.
Alright, is this for spotting, or... Oh. Like, that... Brenda! What are you? You were not invited to this party! The first... Oh! The queen! Starting to go to work. A queen ravager push to maybe end it all. Now, the Overlord gives high ground vision, but the creep is creeping. Down goes a depot. SpeCial, I'm sure, has dealt with this before, but it hits hard and it hits fast. That bunker ain't happening. A Cyclone's finishing up. Like a Queen's providing a lot of support. Oh, another SpeCial is now supply block. There will not be a second Cyclone. He can't. Oh, he needs to lose one more SCV. If you can get rid of the Overlord, you get rid of high ground vision. That is important. At this point, like, he needs to lose. Oh, no! Whoa, whoa! No, 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 no! It's a disaster. Oh, my God. That was by far the most important unit in the game for SpeCial. And it is dead. Everything burns. He might live, but at what cost? The tank is going to siege up as far away from high ground vision as possible, but oh, it will have... Repair that thing. Is he going to siege? He's trying to figure out where. Oh, I think Scarlett spotted the tank, and now she's looking for vision. Okay. So, how much damage will be taking? Oh, eating a shot. Beautifully done. Oh, the shots aren't quite landing. Not quite enough range. That actually was a pretty big mistake. And losing the Overlord. SpeCial is going to hold. What is this? A Reaper? Has one kill. Is it a drone kill? No. And now without high ground vision. Good luck, Ravagers. Whoa. Oh, where are you gonna go? Hey, you, what you gonna do? Hey. The Marines could probably deal with them. At this point, that one tank, there's no transfuses quite yet. The unsieged tank gonna be fine here. SpeCial playing quite aggressively for where he is in the match. Gonna get rid of the creep tumors all around the back, but killing another Overlord. Scarlett, it was looking great. Like, losing the Cyclone should have been... I honestly wouldn't have blamed him for typing GG at that moment. Oh my god, there's still a creep tumor. But he's handled himself well. He's going to have 2-1-1 back at home. Is that Creep Tumor going to block the CC? I don't think so. We're going to get a great demonstration of exactly how much range a Creep Tumor has. Oh, that's a lot of Raptors. That's a lot of... Whoa, 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 whoa! The boys might need to be pulled here. The Marines... There are no medevacs yet. Medevacs are in production. Kind of surprised Scarlett went for even more Ravagers, but she's just trying to keep it contained. Looking for more bases. Special scouting. This is happening, by the way. Oh, okay, that's not very nice. But Stim is done. And Marine... Okay, Scarlett might be overstaying her welcome. In fact, she was unwelcome, but now it's going to be... Now Special will have the stopping power to enforce that. Yeah. I think he'll wait a little bit longer. Gets rid of the Creep Tumor. The medevacs are here. With medevac support, the Marines can rip right through this. Like... You gotta be a little careful of the corrosive bomb, but there's a tank. Scarlett has 49 drones. Special has 46 SCVs, so Special has not been slacking on SCV production, despite all of this. Now these units, they're trapped! They can't go anywhere! Their own hatchery is trapping them! Now the medevac taking a lot of deeps, but everything taking so much damage. He's tearing the Ravagers apart. Special breaks out with a vengeance. That is well deserved, by the way. And picks up a couple more. Oh, even more. Scarlett getting a little disjointed here. And the worker counts are even. And Special has medevacs and +1. And is getting combat shield. Special, despite everything early on, I think Scarlett overstayed by, like, by a significant mark. By like a full minute. He should have been out of there a while ago. Just let him have it. Get 68 drones or whatever. Or, okay, I'm sorry. 904. All right, those medevacs testing their boosters. They work. All right, we're good to go. Shakedown cruise. And now there's nothing to really... Those larvae. He's going to kill them by simply killing the Creep Tumors. A very sad life. Oh, what? There's a queen! One queen left behind. Lost and forgotten. What are you doing over there? A third command center. Scarlett's up to 61 drones, but it's got to be fungal. Like, we got to do... We're playing all old school Legacy of the Void strats. What's enough? Wait, turn the Marines... Yeah, that... I don't know what he was thinking. Losing a lot of Marines for... You don't really want to trade them out. You want to have that critical mass. I don't know. Special might be concerned about Scarlett's economy. And I think anyone would be concerned, to be honest. That, by the way, there's still plenty of creep out here. The awkward thing is Special in the middle of the map and at his base, there's no creep. But on both, on the other side and near his side, there's creep. So, Scarlett is continuing to creep spread, and Special is trying to deal with it, but it's a pain. It's a whole pain. Oh my god. Missed one with the Venn scan. Oh my god. The creep is winning the game. If nothing else. It looks like one of the medevacs went down. No, that was the one that was brought back. Never mind. The way is opened by the drones, the queens. Run down. What happened? I called my sister. She was on the other side. I called her a few minutes ago. You think she's okay? Oh, I'm sure she's fine, Karen. All right, don't worry about it. Oh, shit. I don't know. Oh. The Marines come in. There's still creep, but Queen's taken out. Special's getting wins wherever he can.
Hell, it's about time.
Greater Spire's on the way. 2-2 for Special. The upgrade's really lacking for Scarlett. She's really going to focus on this unit. Oh, the double kill! Double dials in the center of the map. Oh, this is not an army you can necessarily beat here, Special. Scarlett looking to close this out. If Broodlords come out, Special doesn't really have the overwhelming economy. I mean, those are infestors. Those are infestors, my friend. No, 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 no. Oh my god, they're all stacked up. They're all so beautifully stacked. Another double. Scarlett pretty late on the draw on that fungal, but SpeCial has to be real careful about stacking those up. Another round. Nice fungal. SpeCial trading okay. I don't know if Scarlett noticed this medevac. It's like so close to the top of the map that you almost can't see it on the minimap. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Scarlett missed it. I barely, only because I saw it go out could I remember it was there. This is a great drop. This is exactly what SpeCial needed. He needed those units to come back. He needed space on the map to get a 4th base. He needs time. He's going for the Greater Spire. That would be huge. And guess what? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, no broods. And he gets it. He doesn't have ghosts, but he's got the snipes. And also some drones. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Builds a spire over. Okay, all right. It's all. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. Another double drop SpeCial. New life. With no broodlords to contend with for another couple minutes at least. Scarlett getting a little antsy here. 2-2's not yet done for SpeCial. That means the Roach Ravager isn't at a severe disadvantage. The fungals, though, across the board. Looking for corrosive bile. There aren't enough reinforcements at home. The double drop from the back, but the front is already broken. Tanks on the high ground. Planetary on the way. Not done yet. Looking for more. Gotta get those infestors. Gotta be real careful. A single brood. Scarlett up by 80 supplies. SpeCial plummeting. Holding the line for now. 2-2 is done. The SCVs and the 4th. He picks up a few. The last remnants. The last survivors. Scarlett is maxed out. She's slamming the door shut. There's nothing on the other side of the map. There's nothing left at home. Scarlett with the proxy hatch and then finishes it with the fungals. Scarlett wins 3-1. And that's it. And that means, based on our scoring, that based on wins and by winning that match, I believe Scarlett takes 2nd place. I mean, that's a little anticlimactic. But Scarlett winning the series, making it for... In the last series, we had best of 7. Scarlett... she lost 4-1. Definitely avenging herself there. Had a tough time against Gumiho, but let's look at those final standings. Thank you. If you enjoyed that series, of course, thank you for being here. Thank you to Daemon for putting this on. We'll wrap it up, but I wanna give you the final scores. And our final scores are dun, 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 dun. Gumiho comes out in 1st place, winning 3 matches. Scarlett, 2nd place, going 2-1, and with 1 additional win over SpeCial. And then SpeCial in 3rd, and Puck trailing. Had a tough time, honestly, though. SpeCial. Do we have a clip of Puck's big move, by the way, just in case people just joining haven't seen it? Though, some sick Scarlett versus SpeCial. What a highlight. What a great series. But Puck's mothership move, probably I would call that the highlight clip of the tournament. If I had to put together a very impromptu top 3 moments, that would be number 1. And then there's Scarlett holding her hatchery against SpeCial. And then, well, there are a lot. Oh, that was the one big one. But I wanna wrap up, and we're not done streaming or anything yet. But just to tell you, okay, I got it. Thank you to Drickit again for everything. We'll talk about that in a second. But first, this. If you missed it. Blizzard or you're dead. Those are your choices. He recalls. Let's see, he says these units are dead. The rest... Oh, okay, he has blink, right? You can blink maybe onto the banelings. Oh, wait, you don't have energy. Oh, Puck. The recall's all over the place. He can recall to the main. Scarlett is scrambling back. Come on in, everybody. And there's sentries. He can force field the ramp. What a play. The play from Puck. The Ravager's coming through, but he can force field again. Where's all the spell cap? Beautiful stasis. Incredible disruptor shots. Everything for Puck. He shoots his own Colossus with disruptors, but I think he'll be okay with that. All the spells coming up. Okay, wait a second. There's more. Another beautiful force field. There's trickling underneath the Ravager. Incredible disruptor micro. Puck, it all comes together. That guy's a nerd. But, unfortunately, those plays were not... They were the exception rather than the rule. And he does go out in 4th place. But first, once again, thank you to Daemon Camos. I keep trying to pronounce. We're just gonna say Daemon, because I'm never gonna be able to pronounce the name. For putting this on, thank him in the chat. So, I had a tier on Patreon that was like, if you give me this ridiculous amount of money, I will try to put something together. You can kind of figure out what that is. I didn't expect anybody to take me up on it. He did. And then he's like, I like these players. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this. And now we're here. But wouldn't be able to do it, as always, without Dricket. If you haven't yet, use that community command in the chat. Let me show you. Dricket putting on so many matches on his own dime and on his own time, and now helping me put on mine. But these are, if you just go here, here's a there's a link to the ones he puts on, but also helping me with this, getting in contact with the players and all that. So if you support him, the community command on chat, the StarCraft 2 Grandmaster Free-For-All / show matches / Pro vs. Joes, whatever, Patreon. Help him put it on. But thank you again to Daemon. Thank you to the players for participating. I hope you enjoyed the round robin, everybody getting to play each other. And I hope the cast was passable. And thank you for watching. I'm not done streaming, but that will wrap up the best damn cup. And congratulations to Gumiho and Scarlett for 1st and 2nd place. And now go to work in 4 hours. Dricket has work in 4 hours. He stayed up till 3 in the morning. We're terrible / beautiful people. Thank you, Dricket, again. Now go to sleep. Get out of here. Get him out. If anybody has questions or comments, I'll field that for a few moments and then probably just chill. It will be up on YouTube. I think I'll upload 1 match at a time, probably 2 a day, and then maybe I'll just upload the whole thing. Maybe I'll get lazy and upload the whole thing. I don't know, because that's so many matches.